Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Orcs Must Die 3 here on Not Your Professional Walkthroughs channel with me, your host Max. Okay, so on the last episode we were able to battle the war scenario, and it was quite interesting one. And on this episode we're gonna go for the next two missions, and I'm gonna most likely leave the last war scenario for the next episode, and potentially we might jump into the next campaign. I'm gonna see what the feedback is, but I have to warn you, I have struggled with these two scenarios. The Collisium I barely was able to finish up, and the basement has quite a lot of challenges on its own, so I cannot promise you any really great advice in comparison to some of the previous episodes. So we're gonna see how this is gonna work out, and hopefully you're gonna enjoy the episode. So let's jump into it and see what's up.
I have returned. After a long and perilous journey to the Order archives, I discovered that
Vorwig's still alive? He's super evil now? And after he was banished, he figured out how to spawn these red rifts everywhere and command the orcs?
yes, that's right.
I knew that guy was bad news. But hey, Kels, great job summarizing whatever it was that Sorceress was gonna say.
Thanks. I mean, I read a lot. There was some pretty heavy-handed foreshadowing. Am I right?
Wait, why was my character changed? I know that I was able to finish the first chapter of the game, but why the hell is it that we don't have the same protagonist? And now we have this guy?
That's right. I'm War Major-rific.
Okay, hold on.
I have returned.
Okay, that was
After
weird.
a long and perilous journey to the Order archives, I discovered that
Vorwig's still alive? He's super evil now? And after he was banished, he figured out how to spawn these red rifts everywhere and command the orcs?
yes, that's right.
I knew that guy was bad news. But hey, Kels, great job summarizing whatever it was that Sorceress was gonna say.
Thanks. I mean, I read a lot. There was some pretty heavy-handed foreshadowing. Am I right?
Okay, so here's the issue with obviously this mission. So I usually try to barricade off one of these sections. We can install this wall slapping thingy on here, and that basically causes whatever walks up here and doesn't get tossed down to be slapped back and having to put up with whatever. The issue is, however, when we go down here, because our enemies can descend here safely and they can survive the fall, what's usually happening is that they then just walk up through here, and then they go through here and reach the portal through the back. So we even are forced then to install protection at the back here so that they cannot simply get back up here. So what I usually go for is put down archers over here, or try to put down some lasers or something up here, so that we have the possibility to defend ourselves. I usually will have to rely on the barrels too, because we have these additional gates which will be spawning in additional waves, but the biggest issue is of course this one and the super short amount of time, or the range which they have to travel all the way up here in order to reach the portal. So we're gonna see what's up, and
Okay,
wish me luck,
here I
because this is really challenging one. Also, once you finish the main campaign, the fun thing which happens is that you no longer are locked to just your bow, which needs to be mandatorily equipped. You can switch out your equipment, and also you unlock other characters with whom you can play, and also you can equip different weapons which you are locked out of as a potential option. So you can see the heavy orc has definitely survived that fall, and he would then just go up through there. Now we are gonna have to refocus our attention towards this gate, and I have to admit this thing is extremely expensive, but I'm really fond of it because it does a whole lot of damage. So we're gonna see what's gonna work for us here. I unfortunately don't have that much mana which is not the best. I would really love to install
Now
more
that's
of
an
the
orc
haymakers and also these wall slap thingies, but we're
Ready to
gonna
fight?
have to just try to hold them off in here. And
More
of
enemies
course
on the way!
launch pads, or
Another door
what
is
do we
being
want to
attacked.
call them, they can be installed all the way
defenses have
along
been
there
breached
so that they
again.
can deal additional damage or toss the orcs
Here they come.
or whatever is gonna come through the doors down, and so that the distance traveled is much longer. Okay, so now we have even ogres involved, and of course there's gonna be trolls and all the other stuff. The arcane staff is decent against the larger
One for
targets.
Team Order.
I'm super happy with that, and as you can obviously see, we're gonna have additional waves coming in from here. But I also have to make sure that we have traps installed on the other side, and I'm gonna have to stay in the middle to try and slow down whatever's gonna get towards us faster. So this one's gonna go like this. This is gonna go like this. One haymaker, and the saw blades are kind of fun, but not really as effective as I would like them to be. So let's try to install additional haymaker over here. I'm not guaranteed through which
More
door
enemies
the
on
enemy's
the
gonna
way.
come first. So it looks like they're coming in through here. So I'm gonna try to slow them down as much as possible. We do have
enemy
the
army is
archers and
attacking on
everything,
another front.
so we need to be careful
They've
because they
breached
can deal
another door.
damage to us. And once I see the bigger targets are popping in, we're gonna open fire. Try to slow them down, of course. Heavy orcs, ogres, everything which is coming in. Gonna try to slow it down, stop it if possible. Archers are being involved, so now I have to keep on dodging the bolts being fired on me. Fortunately for me, the other side is not spawning anything currently, so I'm able to deal with whatever is being sent through here.
Well, all right.
Okay, so we were able to deal with that, but now, of course, the enemy is gonna be coming in through here as well. So I need to be wary of what I do. Okay, so we're gonna try to do the following thing. I'm gonna try to install
That'll work.
2 of these. And, this is difficult because we do not have a single roof tile over here to work with. So once they get past this point, these platforms, they are not as effective as you would like them to be. So what I'm gonna have to do is try to put down at least an archer over here just in case, because if anything gets launched through this location down, you were able to see that the heavy orc was able to survive the fall. And of course,
Let's
we
get it.
try to make sure that they do not survive
More
that fall.
enemies on the way.
Or if they do, then they are gonna receive some additional damage. So firing immediately, I have not had to use my secondary ability as of yet on the weapon, but that might change quite fast depending on how many units are gonna be coming through here. You see that 2 enemies have been launched successfully down, and it looks like something is making its way through here as well. I do see the ogre, so I need to be wary of where it's gonna go, how it's gonna change its angle. No, no, no. No, you won't. No, you won't. I'm telling you, shut up and sit down.
Did I really do that?
And I'm gonna try to install also an archer up here at the front just to be on the safe side. Whatever additional damage we might deal is beneficial. Heavy orc is focusing the archer. That's awesome for me. I'm gonna try to put down some of these launch pads. We have 2 coming from here. A next wave is gonna come rather fast. This was a bit of a messy location placement.
Yeah,
We're gonna
looking
try
good.
to install these over
More
here.
enemies on the way.
And what we can do is also install like these launch pads to be facing back there so that they are launched back behind everything and they have to go through the same location twice. And theoretically, then they might get launched down. Trying to hit these little suckers so that they don't get through, but they are rather fast and really annoying to put up with. Have to turn to the other side, take a look at what the hell is happening, install another archer, go for the headshots. Launch pads are definitely helping out. But I'm gonna have to also make sure. Okay, awesome. So now the biggest issue is, of course, that we are gonna get them coming from all the locations. So I'm gonna have to try and you can go like this. I'm thinking I might be forced to maybe put a tiny gap in between so that they do not get all activated at the same time.
That'll work.
We can, of course, even switch the direction in which they are being fired in, so that they might end up on the other side too. I'm gonna have to put down some additional traps for the enemies. We actually would be able to put down one of these over here, and the additional... I don't know, should we go with the lasers? The thing is, you need the kobolds to go through 2 lasers in order to kill them. So...
I'm feeling this one.
we don't have any of the launch pads installed over on this side. That's the issue. And this is 3 traps wide, so I'm actually going with 2 of them. And I'm also trying to not launch them in this direction. I do know that, for example, there they might land in that magical pool and drown, but it's more safer for you to just force them to run through whatever the hell is down there. How many? That should do it. Okay. We're gonna have to support that archer eventually, but now the question is from what location they are coming in first. So trying to defend this location primarily, of course. We're gonna see the orcs fly through the sky. It's unfortunate that if they would like fly into the barrel of explosive, they do not detonate the barrel of explosive. That's like one of the things which I would love to see. Unfortunately, he did survive the fall and he's gonna have to make a long run. Okay, there's some mana for building. Trying to deter them from entering the portal, but we do see that they are simply getting in. That ogre, unfortunately, with the minimal HP got in, which just stinks. This archer was unfortunately killed. So I'm assuming that the hunter went directly after the archer and only after that decided to switch the target.
That's the stuff.
So we're gonna try to put down additional archers. And
now that's
More enemies on the way!
they might hopefully help us out in trying to make sure that not more of these things get through. Okay, that boy fell over. I do hear another one. Okay, got actually tossed down, conveniently enough for me, but now I'm afraid about the archers, if they're gonna actually survive. Trying to kill the ogre, and trying to refocus my attention now. Okay, let's try to slow them down a bit. Okay, so the hunter is definitely going after them. But thanks to the added numbers, they were able to withstand this. We're gonna replace them. Put down more archers here and
Hope that works.
Here. And now we are in the final wave. So trying to prevent any of these to getting too damn close. Let's install one more, just for the hell of it, because you never know. The archers are definitely helping to run down even the toughest of opponents. No, you won't. No, you won't. No, you won't. Use the barrel. Trying to slow them down. Trying to help out the archers.
Not going to work.
It's kind of difficult to sometimes tell apart what's still alive and what's still charging or whatever. But we're gonna see how this heavy orc gets taken down by the archers, and that's it. So unfortunately, some of them still got through. It's a difficult one. I'm quite sure if you would have a friend play with you, you would be much more effective. But I'm not sure what would be the potential reward for you if you would do so. I haven't played this with anyone as of yet because I have a bit of a hectic schedule, so I can't really try to get with anyone. I did get some friend requests even regarding the game because they saw me upload footage for this, but I have passed because it's not that I think that I'm better than anyone else. Of course not. I'm not that kind of a person, but it was just due to having to record, and I don't know how it would work with the other person. If I would be narrating, I'm quite sure they would not be able to hear me or anything, but it would be a bit weird. And now the Collisium. The Collisium is really tricky. We have 4 points of entry, and I have been struggling with this one, so maybe we're gonna even fail. I'm not really sure what's gonna happen here, but I'm gonna try to make sure that we do succeed. It's a tricky scenario. It's a really tricky scenario, this one.
So, how do we find Warwick?
Keep killing his armies and he'll find us.
Kelsey has it right. Warwick's powers are fueled by the negative rifts, but it is not unlimited. He will have to confront you directly.
He'll bring more orcs, right? Maybe more of the smaller ones? They're so squishy.
So here's the thing. The enemy is coming up from these doors on each side of the amphitheater. This does not look that much like a Collisium. And you are forced to therefore spend your mana on blocking off these initial points of entry from which they would then run up the staircase and get closer to the portal. You have only 20 lives, so it's difficult. Also, you have this entry from down here. First gate which gets busted is the left one, and then they're gonna start going if you block off this access, and they have to travel all across here, join the second gate, and then they are just gonna join forces and rush up these stairs. This is where the difficulty is, trying to protect this point. If you're trying to protect these sections over here, you're gonna have a bit more of an easier time, but once they're gonna start coming in from downstairs, it's really problematic. So I'm not really sure what to tell you there. I don't even have that much mana to install too many traps right now, which is not beneficial because the laser, that's just gonna zap them, but they're gonna walk through. I do want to keep using the lasers because they do keep having like a beneficial effect against like the armored units. So potentially if I would switch to maybe the staff with the lightning and keep upgrading it, I would have a better luck. But I'm not guaranteed even that, so it's highly questionable, like what is the right thing to do, what is not the right thing to do. I haven't tried all the weapons as of yet, to be perfectly honest. I would love to, but the rewards are usually not as great as I would hope for them to be. So yeah, there's that. So now we have to refocus our attention. We have 5,400 something mana, and they are coming down from here and of course from up there. So what I like to do is put this a bit more out here, because then they might actually start trying to attack this. So not a huge fan. Okay, and of course the fire resistant enemies are coming from down here, including also the earth elementals. So not really the best. We don't have a mana for the haymaker, unfortunately. That's kind of problematic. So I'm gonna try to put down like maybe archers here. What I would love to do is block off one of these sections. If I can afford to do that, I can then make sure to monitor through which point they are coming in, because it's gonna get gradually more and more difficult. If you install archers here, the funniest thing is that the orcs or whatever enemies are gonna come here is that they try to go through this point and then go through the center in here. But if you know that you have archers here, they're actually gonna divert from going into the portal, and they are trying to go for the archers themselves. So I don't know who's coming first.
On the way.
If they're coming from down here, I'm gonna try to be here and try to deal as much damage.
Enemies are breaking through elsewhere.
So we have quite a lot of
Enemies
runners.
have broken through again.
We have quite the mixture of enemies running through here. And the fact that they are sending the runners in between whatever else is coming through the damn portal is the big problem which you have to put up with. Being able to block off these buggers here is awesome, but as you can see, I'm being gradually pushed out more and more from down here. Here we have our first earth elemental, which just breaks down into the more little elementals. Now we have even an archer involved, so things are kind of messy. Of course, the archers can also attack your archers, so that one archer, that's cute, but it's not gonna last forever. So we have enough for one barricade, and I don't know if there are archers who are fighting my archer, but we're gonna stop that. We're gonna block off this, and unfortunately this is not wide enough for this trap to be installed. So what you can do is install at least these arrows. And what's gonna happen now is that these are gonna join in the fun, and that's just gonna make the whole thing that much more messier.
Should be good.
So trying to install whatever traps you can with the limited budget is gonna be detrimental to your success. So now we have redirected them to go through here, therefore they have to go in front of this. Question is, which gate is gonna send the units first?
More enemies on the way.
Looks like they're coming in through
The
here.
enemy army is attacking on another front.
Trying to slay the runners if possible, but there's
Have been breached again.
lots of them. And yeah, now even the flame elementals are gonna be like coming in. So if you do have barricades, they might be tempted to try and break them down, so you have to be careful there. We are able to redirect their movement through this position, but it's challenging. It's a really challenging scenario. I don't have mana.
They're entering the rift.
Yeah, I'm well aware of that. I think the last run I did with this, I barely ended up with like 2 lives left or something. I wasn't really that ecstatic. Here you cannot install none of those, and so I'm just gonna
That'll work.
plop down these. And what you can do is actually install these to toss them into these grinders.
I'm feeling this one.
So that's gonna help you out a lot. And of course, trying to install anything in order to deal more slowdowns. We do have 4 archers there, but
Let's do this.
this is really difficult.
More enemies on the way!
I don't think I have even installed anything up there to slow down the approach of
Enemies are attacking on
the
another
enemies
front.
because I'm just gonna be
They've
focused
breached
on
another door.
slowing them down through here. So my archers are gonna be able to maybe shoot at some of them, but
Quick.
so far majority of the slowdown is dealt by me, and I would love to pick up that construction mana. And as you can see, we have runners already up here. Trying to do whatever to slow this down. Unfortunately, the tar barrels or cauldrons are not that well situated to deal the damage which I need them to deal, so it's kind of awkward that way. So if I would like try to do this, you see that the cauldron is just not doing what it's supposed to do. It's tossing the tar where it's having no effect. There seems to be one more enemy somewhere. Seems to be probably an archer. I'm not sure if the archer is able to attack my units, but later on what happens is that explosive units are coming in through these locations, and they are gonna try to attack your barricade, and that can be really bad.
I hope that works.
More
I'm gonna
enemies
try to
on the way.
install any sort of traps which I can. So you can see that the explosive kobolds are coming in. So I'm trying to prevent them from damaging me. Earth Elemental,
The barricade is under attack.
Fire Elemental, all these elementals. It's not really that funny.
They've destroyed a barricade.
Can't do it.
Trying to install anything over here which might do the job to slow down the never-ending onslaught.
enemies
This is
in the
really
rift.
difficult. Like here, having a second person on your side is a key to your success, I believe. I'm gonna try to install
Looking good.
saw blade. We have armored ogre, and he's only slowed down thanks to the fact that we have those flip gates over there. But you can see that the arcane staff is not dealing the damage I would like it to do. There seems to be still an enemy, so let's replace the archers. Put down at least 8 of them. I don't know, maybe turn around the rotation.
More enemies on the way.
I'm gonna try to slow this down. Now we have even hunters involved, so they're just gonna run over to me. I need to be careful here. trying to get the little flaming bozos because, yeah, even they can enter the rift and that counts as one of your lives lost. So I need to be careful on how I do this. So as you can see, we are struggling. If I would have not installed the barricades down there, we would be in so much trouble. Like, I'm not even kidding.
Not enough coins. Did you win?
Thankfully, some of the traps were at least able to deal some damage.
Anyone else?
And okay, so this is another wave. So we need to install this. We need to install some more traps here. I was like thinking, can I install theoretically one of these, two of these?
Now that's an orc stopper.
I'm gonna try to do the same thing on the other side. Maybe something is gonna get flipped into the grinder. It's a risky operation because it might fall a bit closer and then just have like a shorter distance to run overall. But as you can see, we still have 2 waves to go. No, actually 3 waves, because 7, 8, and 9, and yeah, it's already kind of funky. Thing is, the further you put down the archers, the more difficult it is for them to be shooting. So I'm trying to relocate them.
More enemies on the way.
Go down here to try and slow down the progress of whatever is being sent through. Once I see the other gate is popping in, I refocus my attention. Of course, we are getting runners, so majority of the traps are being activated. So I'm trying to install just about anything to slow this down. I'm not really sure if the arcane damage is the best damage versus the fire thingies or the imps or what you want to call them, fiends. But it's the best thing which I have found so far. And he just went right past me. Trying to break down the larger earth elementals into the smaller ones. Whatever I can do here to stand my ground. I'm even gonna consider installing this over here. As many archers or whatever I can install here. I'm gonna even stand here to sustain damage, just to slow down the units to be trying to push in. I'm gonna have to sell this because this is just not doing what it's supposed to be. That heavy orc that fell God knows where. Ogre somehow got through here. And now it fell into the grinder. That's awesome. So, trying to install just about any type of trap.
More enemies on the way.
Should be good.
Oh wow, that hunter just went straight up here. The archers are at least firing at the enemy archers. I'm unable to land a successful shot, which is really annoying. Seems that at least I was partially able to slow down the approach of the enemy, but
Hey, magic's running low. Running out of magic juice.
we're gonna have to replenish that mana because this is not looking well.
I'm feeling this one.
I see an ogre, so I'm shooting at the ogre. Whatever is closest.
It's dead.
There we see an armed ogre. There we see the earth elemental,
Hey, shouldn't have messed with me.
which I'm trying to break down into those tiny ones. The worst thing which can happen to you is if the earth elemental breaks down into the tiny ones in front of the portal, and then you are left with trying to deal with them, or they enter like multiple enemies at the same time inside and just totally F up your run. I mean, so far I'm actually happy that we are at what we are, but it's not gonna be much better for much longer. Let's try to install whatever the hell I can to slow this thing down. Trying to figure out what would be like a awesome trap down here.
That's the stuff.
I'm gonna go with whatever I can come up with, whatever I can muster.
More enemies on the way!
Okay, I see something which has yellow marking, so that means it's gonna blow up. So it might be even an archer with the dynamite, and I need to be wary of those, because if they would actually start firing on my archers, that one dynamite might actually kill a majority of the archers, and without their support, I am then totally royally boned. Because they are helping me quite a lot. Even if it doesn't look like it, it's definitely helping out a lot. So I need to do whatever.
The barricade is under attack!
You can knock them out like this, and if you knock them out like that, that was the only instance when I figured out that the launch pad might actually toss them.
They're attacking the barricade!
Really cautious here.
This will catch him off guard.
Whatever we can do to deal more damage, whatever we can do to prevent more enemies from entering the rift. And I know I keep calling it portal, but I like the way it sounds. I don't know. Or I keep forgetting that it's called rift. Choose one. And stick with that theory. Okay, trying to take out the troll, trying to take out the troll, took out the troll, took out the heavy orcs. Trying to go for the armored ogre.
Yeah, looking good.
I have to remember that we need to keep aiming for the head. Okay. He almost fell into the grinder, but got out. So yeah, fun stuff there. Fun stuff. Collisium is definitely difficult. I would really appreciate to have one additional person up here, because then you can make it, if both of you would be earning mana for construction, that one person deals with the lower part and one person deals with the upper part, and that way there is some sort of balance. But trying to do this alone, definitely difficult, even on the difficulty which I'm currently working on. And as I said, the last scenario is gonna be probably left for like the next episode. So if you did like this one, consider giving it a like. Helps a lot with the algorithm. If you have any advice for me, that's what the comment section is for. And if you want to see more Orcs Must Die 3, check out the playlist either in the video's description or at the end of the video. And if you want to see other fun content which I keep publishing on a weekly basis, consider subscribing. as I do videos from Mondays till Fridays. I do playthroughs, comparisons, guides. I got all sorts of cool stuff on the channel. Go check it out for all sorts of varieties of titles. And I'm gonna see you in the comments or at the next one. Thank you for watching, everyone. Stay safe out there, and bye-bye for now.